if we may, for just a change, care to consider this whole issue of the proximity between parents and children from the belvedere of God as the parent and humans as the children. You know, what's interesting about that relationship, as far as proximity is concerned, is that, you know, we all die our petty deaths daily. We die daily. We go to sleep. And in sleep, maybe our little flags fly at quartermast, not half-mast, because this is a petty little death, falling asleep. And we have these out-of-body experiences, dreams, travels. We go AWOL, absent without official leave. And as we do that, our faculties, our organs get completely or partially decommissioned. One time I awakened prematurely from a trance, and I realized that my teeth were literally decoupled from the gums. And I said, is this what happens when in sleep? The faculties also go to sleep. We are elsewhere, and we actually meet various other characters in sleep, in our dreams, and we interact, we transact, we team up, indulging in various activities, some scary, some a lot of fun, others may be mischievous. And we do this away from our bodies. But where would be God? Incidentally, we are told that the body, the human body, is a temple of God, which means God lives in us, in our bodies. And if that is the case, when we go out on these, expeditions, when we are, as it were, away from ourselves, from our bodies. Maybe it's our souls or our minds that would have taken a break. God is always hard by our side, guarding our bodies, whether directly or by means of allocating, deploying the angel, as we understand that the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him. So we continue to have the presence of his glory and the glory of his presence all around us every time. If we consider that, after going out there and doing whatever the thoughts or the mind or the soul pleases, and then coming back, reintegrating, reincorporating into the body and becoming one again, who then is closer to the other between God and man, between God and humans? Would we say that even on our own, we are closer to ourselves than God is to us, let alone our proximity to God? You would have to actually assess how close we are to God based on the relational dimension, the attention that God gives to us, the presence that he affords to us, the care, the concern, the protection, the guidance, the favors that are showered upon us by God, sometimes when we do not expect them. They can come as surprises, but it is because God is always preoccupied with the need to ensure that we are safe, we are comfortable, we are satisfied, and our very lives are fulfilling. So, when we consider God from our perspective as humans, we sometimes take time to go down on our knees to pray and fellowship with God, to interact with him. And when we are done, maybe submitting our requests, our wish lists, our pleas, we then forget about God. But God doesn't forget about us. So would we say that the distance between us from either perspective would be the same? Would we say God is as close to us as we are close to him? When in fact, God may actually be closer to us than we are to ourselves, as already demonstrated in the case of us abandoning our bodies and going on a wild goose chase in our dreams. But God would continue to stand guard, to watch over us. And yet, we ourselves will be far from ourselves. Are we able to then say, we as children are as close to God as He, as the parent or father, is to us? We are talking about the observation that parents are closer to their children than children are to parents. And we are trying to look at the various angles from which this relationship can be viewed in order to fully understand the import of this submission.